Hello there. Well, for my video today we're going to be heading off into the shed, and the video is going to be just a quick review and to show you what stoves I use when I'm camping or walking or whatever. So we'll head off into the shed. Okay then, here we are inside the shed, and this is going to be the first stove I'm going to show you. It's a Swiss Army Trangia stove, and it's made of stainless steel. Even though it's green, that's a coating. It's made of stainless steel. It is quite heavy, but it's strong, sturdy, and I should think if it's looked after would last for many years. And I'll just show you that stove. So that's this here is the windshield and the stand for the stove, and there's just a couple of metal stands in there. You just open them out. You would then put, I'll just open that, I'll show you all this now. And that is a Trangia stove which uses methylated spirits, and that's alright. There's the fuel bottle. It comes with a fuel bottle. You can also fill this and it doesn't leak. It's got a rubber ring on that thing, and then all you do is take that off, and then, as you can see there, maybe you just light that and it will then bloom, and the flames will come out the edge here. But obviously you'd put that goes in there, so you light that. This is your pot. I'm not sure if you can see that in the light. It's stainless steel. That's better. You can also hang this, which is handy, off a piece of wood or something over a fire if you had to. But once you've filled that with your food or water or whatever, that goes then on top of the flame and heats up. And this is the lid, like that, so you can keep food warm or water and keep things out. And this also acts as a frying pan. That's also stainless steel. And of course, when you've finished, you then use this not as a simmering, as Sandy pointed out on your channel, because it doesn't work with the old type burners, which I'm not sure whether that is. I don't know if you can tell by looking at it whether that's the old type or the new type, but that's what came with it. Yeah, so once you want to put the flame out, you just simply do that. The flame's extinguished. Once it's cooled down, cold, put the lid back on. That's ready for transportation again. When you finish, quite simple. That goes in there. That goes in there. Your fuel goes in like that. Your lid goes on like that. Sorry, meant to tell you, on here there's also two loops on there, if you can see that. I put my finger through, and that's so you can put a piece of stick or whatever to hold this when it's hot. Obviously that may heat up and you'll burn your hand, but you can put a piece of stick on that and then, you know, do whatever you want. So that all fits together like that. And then that goes back in, you fold them down, goes in like that, ready to go. So that's the Swiss Army Trangia stove. Good bit of kit, I like that. So on to the next one. Okay then, this next one I'm very proud of. I made this myself. It's a hobo stove. and it's made out of a stainless steel thermos flask. Now, I was taught how to do this by a friend of mine, Mike, up in Yorkshire, and it's a fantastic idea. And when you've made something yourself, you tend to be more proud of it. And this, obviously, I've got a video on my channel how I made it, in this shed actually, and all it is the stainless steel hobo stove made out of a thermos flask, and that's sort of the outer shell of the thermos flask, and that's the cooking pot, and that was the inside of the thermos flask, and that was the base of the thermos flask, which was heated off, which becomes the lid. And it's simple really. You put a tent peg in the base there, you can see that goes into the ground, so that holds it secure in the ground. Then once it's secure, you would put your other tent peg in like that, you can see that in there. You would fill this with water or food, whatever, that goes on top, and then you would feed wood, whatever fuel in there to make a fire, and then that would obviously heat your food or your water. Simple. And there's your lid that goes on top as well. Obviously caution has to be used when you're using this, because everything gets hot and there's flames coming out everywhere. But it's a simple design, yet very effective. And the way it works, you can see them holes. These holes here, them two, are for the different heights you can have the pot. But these holes here, you can see them, are just aeration holes to help the fire. And then when you're finished, it all goes away. Tent pegs, lid, and I just put an elastic band over it just to keep it all together. So that's the hobo stove made out of a stainless steel thermos flask. Very proud of that. So thank you, Mike. Leave that one there for a minute, and we will now go on to the next stove. Okay, the next stove is a very lightweight, simple stove. It's one of the first I bought after reviewing on the internet what other users thought of them, and this is called an MSR Pocket Rocket. Now, the only reason I bought this for, well, two reasons, is because it's compact and lightweight, but the old gas stoves, once you fitted this on, you couldn't take that off. I'll just put that on. You couldn't take this off until the gas canister was empty, because it was just all the gas would escape. But this is a resealable one, and you open that up. I won't light it, because all you do is, obviously I'll show you, turn the gas on, light it, cook your food, boil your water. Once it's cooled down and gone cold, you can take it off, put that in your bag, put that in there, and away you go. Simple. The only thing is that can be a bit bulky. Even when it's empty, you've still got to carry it around with you. But I mean, for the simplicity of it, it's a fantastic little stove. So that's the MSR Pocket Rocket, another good bit of kit. So we'll go on to the next one. So here we are on the next and final stove, and this is a Coleman 533 model dual fuel stove. And again, Mind Wiseman did a review on this. He uses this and praises it quite highly, so I thought, well, why not? You can burn unleaded petrol with it, which I've got in it now, or you can burn, if I can find it, the Coleman fuel. I've got a few of them, they were on offer, so I've bought them just as a sort of backup, but I'm using unleaded petrol. Back there. And the way this works is you take this off, that's the filler. Just go in a bit. You take this off here, that's the filler cap there. I won't do it because it's full of petrol. And it comes with this funnel, so you take that cap off, put the funnel in, fill it up carefully, and as you can see in there, you can see there's a little filter in them now, a white filter at the bottom with a black pipe, and all the black pipe does is lets the air out of the tank as you're putting petrol in. So once you've filled it up, you tighten that up, and then this side you've got a plunger. Now with this, you undo this plunger anti-clockwise a full turn. Bring it out, place your finger or thumb over the air hole which is on here. I'm not sure if you can see that on the camera, there's a little hole. That's it, there. Thumb over that and then you prime it. It says 20 or 25 times. And once you've done that 20 or 25 times, you then turn it to lock it tight. Then you switch the fuel on, which I won't do. Light it will be flaring because it's then you undo this again while it's burning, a full turn, finger over again and plunge it again about 10 times, and then you'll see it'll start burning the vapours then. And I've not used this stove myself yet. I've tested it boiling water just so I know how to use it, but I've not actually used it out on a camping trip or on a walk or whatever. But I'm told that it's the fuel lasts many days. A very good stove, and mine came with this Nash case, which is fantastic. So that is the Coleman dual fuel 533 model. Another fantastic bit of kit there. And there we go. Now my wife does say, well, why do you want so many stoves? You can only use one at a time. Well, my answer to that was, why do you need so many bags and shoes? And she got the point then. So but having said that, you know, we buy these in order to go camping, walking, bushcraft, whatever, and because we enjoy making them or doing them or using them. But another reason I've bought them is, should we ever have a power cut, be that electric or gas, I've got enough stoves and fuel that I can boil water and cook food for several weeks without any worry. And especially with this one, runs off petrol, unleaded petrol, the Coleman. There's 2 cars on the drive there. I could just drain them. I've got a siphon here. If things came to that point, I could just siphon that and I could be able to boil water and cook food or whatever. So there's that side of it as well. It's like a backup as well, emergency backup. So that's all my stoves, a little showing and review of them. So thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you soon.